Usually when we talk about a video game or a studio a lot, especially on this channel, it's not really a good thing because either they have messed up big time or they're about to go into oblivion. Yeah, just like that. But this time it's a different story because the game that we have been talking about for a long time with the studio attached to it is actually making wave after wave, and it's set to break a lot of records, not only as a community game, not only as an impact on the gaming, but even officially recognized by none other than the Gaming Awards. Greetings ladies and gents, my name is Hills of the Bearded Vulcan Blabbermouth and I am DiscussThing, and today we're going to talk about Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Yes, again, we're going to talk about this game again, the game that has me and a lot of other people obsessed for months now, and more importantly, we're going to talk about how it impacted apparently the entire gaming industry because it is the most nominated game in the entire history of the Gaming Awards. This is straight from the lion's mouth. This is the official X page of the Game Awards, and they said, here's a look at the most nominated games at the Game Awards. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is the most nominated game in TGA history with 12 nominations, and if we look at the image, you see 12 nominations in total for Expedition 33, including Game of the Year, by the way. 7 nominations for Death Stranding 2 on the Beach and Ghost of Yotei, which is surprising, but this is not a focus on the video because it's not relevant. 6 nominations for Hades 2, 5 nominations for Hollow Knight Silksong. For me, this is way too little. 4 nominations for Split Fiction. I would also give it more, but that's just me. And we have it here. Expedition 33 wasn't even being able to be silenced by anyone in the gaming industry. It is a beloved game on every side and no one can even pretend to not like it. To exclude it from something like this being the game it is would have been an actual declaration of how bad your show is. So I think that the Game Awards kind of realized that and the votes kept coming in, and one way or another they just came to the conclusion that yeah, they should do right by us and by the game. And it's no surprise, Expedition 33 is probably the best game in recent decades, I would say, and it is one of my favorite games of all time. It is a beloved game for millions, literally millions of people, spanning cosplays, live concerts, interpretations, theatrical plays, artistic depictions, and all of that, and it continues to do so to this day. It's not letting up. It is a game that you can play, replay, and then replay again just for the fun of it. It is something that is in our hearts for a long time. And we go to GameSpot, who shared the article with all of the nominees and the categories, and we're gonna take a look at it because we're gonna see exactly where Expedition 33 lands, and there's some pretty interesting stuff to see here. There you go, here we go. The Game Awards returned on December 11th, and in addition to many expected announcements, new trailers, performances, and other news, the Jeff Keighley hosted event is, well, an awards show, and we now have the full list of 2025 nominees. They say Expedition 33 led all others this year with 12 total nominations, including its nod for Game of the Year. With 12 nominations, that makes it the most nominated game in the history of the Game Awards. And I know I must be very happy, and all of the people connected to Expedition 33 are probably very happy. Sanfo Interactive is probably bringing out champagnes already, but when we're gonna take a look at the list in just a little bit, I would say something that some of you would probably agree that it's not enough, and you'll see why. We start with the most important for this show award, Game of the Year. First one, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Pretty good lineup in my opinion. Then we have the best game direction, Clair Obscur Expedition 3, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, this made me laugh, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. We go again, best adaptation. Okay, this is something that Clair Obscur would not be nominated for because it's not an adaptation, but we have Devil May Cry, The Last of Us Season 2, Splinter Cell Death Watch, Until Dawn, and a Minecraft movie. Somehow I think that either The Last of Us or Devil May Cry are going to win this. Best Narrative, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, no brainer there. Ghost of Yotei again made me laugh. Best Art Direction, again, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. You have to realize that the art in Expedition 33 is just phenomenal in every possible way, even without knowing the details of the budget and how it came to be. Again, Ghost of A would kind of agree actually on the art direction that it can be nominated because the game is beautiful, especially aesthetically. Like when you see the trailers, when you see some of the in-game stuff, it is beautiful. I'm not gonna talk about Ghost of Yotei a lot because for me it's a done deal. It's nothing that they presented and it's not the win that everyone hoped for, at least on the side that was promoting it to be a win. Best Score and Music, again, Clair Obscur Expedition 32, you have Hollow Knight Silksong, again Ghost of Yotei, which is okay. Death Stranding and Hades 2, they're circulating a lot of the same games, by the way. Best Audio Design, again, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and again we have a lot of the same games, and you have Battlefield 6. Best Performance, this is an interesting one, by the way. This is a very interesting one because we have Ben Starr, we have Charlie Cox, and we have Jennifer English, all of them voicing Verso Gustav Mael in Expedition 33. So you have 3 nominations from the same game from different people for a single award. This is a dominating presence there because all of them were exceedingly well, especially when you're considering Charlie Cox only went for a 4-hour single session to voice Gustav and he nailed it. He didn't know anything about it. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and he became one of the best things in the game. You have Eric Rishi here. Again, it's not uncommon to have these things because this is a very promoted game, if nothing else. You have Innovation in Accessibility. This is something that I personally cannot speak of because possibly these games had some accessibility options that Clair Obscur doesn't have. Games for Impact. So this is something very, very weird. And I actually had to Google that because I don't know what that meant. And the AI overview said Games for Impact refers to a specific rewards at the Game Awards that recognizes games for their social meaning or pro-social message. It's distinct from other award categories, though the term can also be used more broadly to describe any video game designed to create a positive impact or convey a meaningful story, like a Catalan video game. And I was like, okay, so what do you mean a social message? Do you mean a social actual message that can bring people together, a good moral message, or a good story that has actually good morals instilled in it, and a social message? Or do you think a socially political message that it's in old and woke games like Dustborn and stuff like that? If that's a award like that, first of all, it is laughable that you would have that award, and then if it's the former, then Clair Obscur should have been nominated because it is one of the most socially impactful games in the recent decade. Well, apparently it's not the former because South of Midnight is here. You can think about this however you like. Now the best ongoing game, which, yeah, Fortnite is here as well, Helldivers, Marvel Rivals, No Man's Sky. Okay, that's a proper category for these games. Best community support. This is something that I was actually pissed when I first saw it. The community support for Expedition 33 is exceptional. It is exceptional. As I mentioned earlier in the video, you have so many real life events that are happening and still happening with this game, and they're not letting up, and to not have it in this category to me is a bit of a robbery. Have best independent game, and it is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Hollow Knight, Hades 2, Blueprints, Bow Exped, Absolem. Excellent. Best debut indie game, again Expedition 33. Best mobile game, this is not a relevant. VR AR game, yep. Best action game, again another category. Best action adventure game. This is a little bit kind of weird to me because action adventure RPG, I kind of blend them a little bit together, so I think it probably Clair Obscur deserved a spot here as well. Best RPG, it is included, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Along with Avowed, by the way. And best fighting game, best family game. I would actually suggest that Clair Obscur is a family game, especially given the premise of the story. Best sim strategy game, best sports racing, best multiplayer, most anticipated game, and content creator of the year, and best esports athlete. And those are already the other awards. And we have the player's voice will be announced later based on voting, and I'm sure I am sure that Clair Expedition Territory will be there if the player's voice actually mattered. Same goes for the Game Changer Award. If this category returns in 2025, it will be revealed during the event on December 11th. And if there is a game changer, this is Clair Obscur Expedition Territory, because it actually changed our perceptions of what you can do with a smaller budget and with a dedicated team, because we have been victims of the bloated AAA budgets that have been consuming everything and just been prevalent throughout the last 8 to 10 years. And with that game, and with actually all the indie games that have been coming out this year, we finally saw that you can have a masterpiece with a fraction of a budget, but with a dedicated smaller team, and with people who actually want to do that and don't just want to push either a narrative or just cash in a check for a slop that they know that it's going to succeed somehow. So this is the thing with Game Awards, is that, you know my opinion about it. I don't consider them important. If you want to play a game, you will pay to play that game, and you will show your support with your wallet. That's what we as consumers, as customers, do. But Game Awards are important to studios, and I can admit to that, because it is a prestige, it is an award, it is a mark on their record for the times to come. It will bring in investors, it will bring in more opportunities. That's something that we have to live by for now. The fact that the Game Awards are mainly voted by journalists and game experts and stuff like that, and not entirely by the customer base, is to me abhorrent. It is absurd, but it is the way it is. That's why we have the real Game Awards that are also coming up, and you can vote on them as well. To me personally, that is a better show, because it is entirely player choice, and it should be like that. But until then, at least it is good to see that this year we have at least most of the games that we played and enjoyed reaching that top and reaching that nomination. We have also various other Game Award shows that also have other of our games being nominated there. So it is much better than it was last year. So it's an improvement, and that I'll take that over anything, because if we can kind of fix, at least partially, the mainstream gaming culture and show them that we have a voice and that good games do deserve more instead of narrative pushing games, then we can actually go towards kind of repairing what gaming is as a whole and ushering a better era. Now, I know that I might be optimistic about it, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. And 2025 kind of showed me that it can be done, at least on the gaming side. But this is all I have for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please press the like button, press the subscribe button if you want to see more content, and leave down a comment. What do you think? Do you think Clair Obscur will win any or all of these rewards? Do you think they'll win none of those rewards? I would like to hear your opinion. And if you want to support the channel directly and help my channel grow and help homeless animals and animals in shelters, please click the join button and become part of the DiscussThing Guild. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Kelzo, this was DiscussThing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers and stay fresh.